So I'm here at the Lemosho Gate at 2,100 meters, and this is where the journey begins. Now we are taking the Lemosho route up to the summit, which is one of 7 routes, and it's arguably the most beautiful. Now it starts on the western side of the mountain and ascends from 2,100 meters over 7 to 8 days. So this longer duration also means it's one of the most successful routes, as people and the hikers have more time to acclimatize. Now here at the gate entrance, they check you in, you sign into the Kilimanjaro National Park book, they check your documents, they check your insurance, and they also weigh your bag. So alongside the backpack I am wearing, I also granted an additional bag which can weigh a maximum of 14 kilos. So inside of this you have your sleeping bag, your clothes for the entire week, alongside toiletries. And the reason why it's 14 kilos, under Tanzanian law, porters who carry your bags up and down the mountain, they're the real heroes, are legally only allowed to carry 20 kilos in weight. So the 14 kilos is there because they've got to carry additional items up, such as the tent, sleeping mats, cooking gear, toilets, everything like that. So they are the real heroes of this trip. Now there's 10 of us embarking on this trek, and for the 10 hikers they have 39 people, so almost a 4-to-1 sort of guide and porter to hiker ratio. So it just goes to show how much we rely on them and how much they're needed in order to get up to the summit of Kilimanjaro. So I am embarking on this trek with Legend Expeditions. They're relatively new. They're run by 2 ex-armed forces, Jack and Sam, and the lead guide is Jackson, who runs a company out here, and he's ascended Kili over 150 times. So we're in very good hands. Right, day 1, let's get started.
One dream, one team, non-stop, to the top, non-stop, jambo, woo, jambo bwana, habari gani, nzuri sana, wageni, wakaribishwa, Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata, 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 hakuna matata.
So day 1 complete, we made it up to Big Tree Camp here at 2,650 meters. Awesome day, very chilled out, pole as they say. 2 hours and 45 minutes of hiking, just over 5.5 kilometers and about 550 meters of elevation gain. But the camp, a lot bigger than I thought. There must be well over 100 tents here. There's a copious amount of groups coming up here, so they're all settling in for the night. In terms of sleeping arrangements, we have a tent between 2 people, so I'll be sharing with Hazza. We've also got a massive mess tent behind me, which is where we're going to settle down for the evening, chill out and have some food. The incredible chef's already cooking us some food. We've also got a portable shower and a portable toilet. But as you can see, we arrived here, the incredible porters had set everything up already. They are the real heroes of this journey, as I've spoken about. So yeah, awesome day 1, trekking through the rainforest, well-trodden path, a couple of monkeys, did bucket it down with a bit of rain, but a beautiful start to the trip. Nice and easy, ready for the tougher stuff in the last stages. So settle in for the night now, have some food. Happy days. Good morning from Big Tree Camp. As you can probably see and hear, the hustle and bustle has already began. The porters have been up since the crack of dawn, backing away, getting breakfast ready, playing their music. It's incredible how it all functions. Now, let's talk about last night. The food we had was unbelievable. Carrot and coriander soup to start, and then tilapia, roast potatoes, mashed potatoes, all the taters, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew, you name it, they were there, and a beautiful sauce. It was an unbelievable dinner. Didn't have the best night's sleep. Now I've got a -18 rated sleeping bag, and it was chilly here, but I was a little too warm, so I didn't get the best night's sleep, but don't feel too bad this morning. We're gonna have some brekkie. Today's route is almost 3 times as long and almost twice as high in elevation gain. So big day. We're gonna pass from the rainforest out into the moorland zone. So we're gonna have a change of climate, which is gonna be really, really interesting, but looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting out of the forest and not being eaten by midges. Right, breakfast, let's go.
Jumbo!
So down behind me is Shira 1 camp, which sits at an altitude of 3,610 meters. We reached today after around 5 hours and 45 minutes of pretty slowly hiking. It was about 9.5k and involved nearly 3,000 feet of elevation gain. Now, as you can see, there's a beautiful rainbow behind it, and we've got the first view of Kilimanjaro crater coming into view. Now, Shira 1 camp sits on a vast plateau in the moorland zone, so it's quite exposed to the elements. It's also going to be significantly colder because it is that much higher. But it's been a beautiful day. We started off passing through the luscious rainforest, sunlight bursting through the luscious greens. It was beautiful, and then we emerged after about 2 hours into the heather moorland zone, and from there the path kind of kicked up a little bit. It was very undulating. We passed up over the elephant's back, which was some hefty inclines. But yeah, slow going, but really enjoyable. And even more enjoyable now the weather's cleared. We got a rainbow and this beautiful view. Day 2 keeps on getting better, and fingers crossed it continues to get better.
Jambo!
Jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana.
Wageni!
Wageni wakaribishwa
wapi?
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata.
Tembea pole pole,
Hakuna matata.
kunywa maji wote,
Hakuna matata.
sauti hazitoki,
Hakuna matata.
bali mmekula,
Hakuna matata.
muimbe kwa nguvu,
Hakuna matata.
oyo oyo,
Hakuna matata.
jambo! Jambo
Bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana.
wageni,
Wageni
ima
wakaribishwa
wapi?
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata.
Tembea pole pole,
Hakuna matata.
wageni wana nguvu,
Hakuna matata.
wageni wako
So behind me is Shira Camp 2, which sits at an altitude of 3,850 meters. Today's hike was extremely pole. We hiked for around 11.5k in just over 6 hours, ascending only 2,000 feet, although we did descend just under 700 feet. Day started off absolutely sensational, clear skies and a picture perfect view of Kili. So that was incredible. However, after around 2 hours, the fog started to roll in. It covered Kili and then it covered the route we were walking. We made a detour up to Shira Peak and it was completely enveloped in cloud. And for the rest of the route, the remaining 3.5 hours, we were just hiking through the mist. This is the highest I've ever been in terms of hiking. I'm feeling great though. No issues with my head, no issues with my stomach. Legs feel sensational. I will say I have been taking Diamox the day before the hike, so that will have something to do with it. Fingers crossed I can maintain a good level of fitness and I don't get too unwell. But so far, so good. Lunch, we had pizza, chips and kebabs, which is bonkers considering we're nearly at 4,000 meters. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the chefs cook up tonight. They've been incredible so far. Right, I'm gonna go chill out, enjoy the rest of the evening and settle down for the night. Good morning from Shira to camp. Very chilly morning, but strangely not as cold as the morning on Shira 1, where we had a bit of frost on the tents. Slept relatively well. I lent my sleeping bag to Hazza and I borrowed his, so it was a lot cooler. So feeling good today. Beautiful morning. Clear as you like. You can see Mount Meru. The sun is just touching it now. Kili behind me. Big day today. We're heading all the way up to Lava Tower, which is about 4,500 meters, and then we're going to drop back down to Baranco camp. So mountaineering terms, that is go high, sleep low. So we'll get some acclimatization. We're going to have lunch up at Lava Tower, and then we're going to drop back down to spend the night. So let's have breakfast and get into it. So day 4 completed. I've made it to Baranco camp at 3,900 meters. The camp's been in and out of clouds since I got here, but it's been a very, very long day. We set off at 7:30, clear skies, beautiful view of Kili, and from there it was a steady incline. We made our way up to Lava Tower, which is at 4,600 meters. Now, I split from the main group in order to get up there as quick as I can, still going pole, but in order to spend less time on my feet so I could rest up. So I got up there in about 3 hours 45, waited around up there for a couple of hours. We had lunch, we stayed up there for a little bit longer to acclimatize before making our way back down the mountain in a lot of fog. We set off around 2 o'clock and I made it back down to Baranco camp around 3:30. But tomorrow is another day. We're going to tackle the infamous Baranco wall. Short day, but quite a lot of scrambling. But I'm going to settle down tonight, hopefully have some more delicious food and get a good night's sleep. Day 4 done, ready for day 5. Made it to Karanga camp at 3,900 meters. Kili is directly behind me, and fingers crossed I'll be up there in under 36 hours now. Day 5 is done. How do I sum it up? Peaks and troughs personified. Woke up in the gulag. I think I spoke too soon last night. Felt absolutely horrendous. I had a headache, chesty cough, sore throat, nauseous. Sat at breakfast and the dementors were circling. Could barely eat anything, kind of forced a flapjack down me, and off we went. First up was the Baranco wall, but as soon as I got on that, I felt great. I think the mountain air, bit of sunshine, and the vibes from the whole team were incredible. Picked me right up, and I was in my element scrambling. Did not enjoy how busy it was, though. It was crazy. Gotta say though, the porters are incredible. Scrambling their way up the Baranco wall with 20 kilo bags in their back is absolutely ballistic. Top of the Baranco wall we had great views, but I sort of started flagging again there. I think the energy levels dropped and it was a bit of a slog to Karanga camp. Pretty steady going the rest of the way, but one final kicker to finish, and that finished me off really. So I was really struggling at lunchtime. Managed to force some food down me and have a bit of rest, but gonna settle up now for the evening. Day 5 done. Short day tomorrow before the summit push at midnight.
One team,
Non-stop
to the top,
to the top.
non-stop.
That's how we do.
So day 6 completed, made it up to Barafu camp, which is just under 4,700 meters. As you can tell, chest is struggling a little bit. I got a bit of a sore throat and a chesty cough. The energy levels are high. Head feels good, legs feel good. Like I said, energy levels feel good. Short day today. We left camp around 8:15, and it was a 4.2k walk with around 700 meters of elevation gain. Took me 3 hours to get up here. Sort of steady incline to start, plateaued, and then a punchy finish. In the distance there is Mwenzi, which is one of the 3 peaks here. And behind me, up in cloud, is Uhuru Peak, which is the highest point, which will be going tomorrow. Short climb, only 5k, but around 1,200 meters of elevation gain, so it's gonna be savage. It's about 2:30 now, we just had lunch. Everyone's back in their tents, getting some sleep. Got dinner around 5:30, and it's back to bed because we're going to be setting off at midnight. So, trekking up through the dark, hopefully to make sunrise. Right, I'm going to get my head down, bit of sleep. Let's go, final day tomorrow. Good morning, it is currently 12:15 and it is summit day. You can see the head torches going up in the distance. One final day. Push up to the summit. We got 5k, just over 1,200 meters of elevation gain, so punchy as you like. Didn't sleep too well, but all part of the journey. Let's get going to the summit, baby.
More fire,
More water,
more water.
more fire.
One team,
One dream,
one dream.
one team.
Non-stop, light up your head.
To the top.
Lightweight, baby!
One team! One dream!
One dream!
One team!
Non-stop!
To the top!
To the top!
Non-stop!
One eternity later.
That is the best sign I've ever seen in my life. Thank you. Stella Point, 5 hours 45. Half of that in the gulag. Oh, tough shift. 130 more meters of elevation to go. Well, Uhuru Point, hell of a shift. Let's go, one last push.
Commander, you soldier. No problem, soldier. No problem, commander. No problem, soldier. Yeah, come on! That time, Wendy!
Finally made it up to Uhuru Peak. Just under 7 hours. Just 7k, 4,100 feet of elevation gain. That last bit was an absolute slag up to Stella Point, but once that sun came up, I was invigorised, energised, feeling good. What a view, what a place, absolutely love it. But as they say, getting up is optional, getting down is mandatory. And we've got a long old slog back down.
Seven hours later.
Buto!
So finally made it down to Mweka Gate, and that marks the end of the Kilimanjaro expedition. 8 incredible days, memories that will last a lifetime now. Since I last spoke, which was on the summit of Uhuru Peak, it's been a very interesting 32 hours now. From the summit, I decided to get a shift on and leg it down the mountain back to camp. It took me an hour and 45 to get back down, as opposed to the 7 hours it took me to get up. That was pretty interesting. However, there were members of our team who were on that mountain for nearly 17 hours. They took 12 hours to summit and then another 5 hours to get back down. But because of that, we weren't able to descend from the camp until late in the afternoon. So we set off around 5 o'clock and we descended down to Millennium Camp, about 3,900 meters. So we descended 700 meters, spent the night there. And then this morning we got up and we descended the final 13.5k from Millennium Camp to Mweka Gate. Now, that 13.5k took nearly 7 hours. It was almost like purgatory at times, but we cut back through the forest, very muddy underfoot, very beautiful. Saw a couple of monkeys, but finally made it back here. Signed out, had a refreshing Coke, which never tasted so good. Had a little group shot, and that is the end of the Kili journey. Big thank you to Sanjay and his team for making it so incredibly welcoming, comfortable. I mean, the tents, the sleeping arrangements were fantastic. The food was absolutely insane. Like I said, I've probably put on weight. And a big thank you to Legend Expeditions for making this all possible. They brought it all together. They brought Sanjay and his team in, and it's been an incredible journey, a memorable journey, and one I'll never forget. Memories that'll last a lifetime. So definitely recommend doing Kili. And the Lemosho route was absolutely beautiful. So definitely recommend that. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it useful. Like and subscribe and all that bollocks. And until next time, diolch yn fawr.
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata, hakuna matata, hakuna matata, hakuna matata. Habari gani? Uzuri sana, wageni wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro.